You are live. The floor is yours.
Welcome to the meeting of March 17th, 2022. We're going to have a quorum, so we're going to start the meeting. Our first order of business on the agenda is recommendation to appoint Amanda Dooley as the Board of Assessors Secretary. Anybody want to make any comment on that?
Excuse me, who made the motion, please? And the second?
Read.
I can barely hear you.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. The motion is passed. Is that more better?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you. I appreciate this opportunity.
Like it. The next thing on the agenda is the approval of the previous meeting minutes. Meeting minutes. Do you have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Aye.
No. Motion passed. Next order of business is, did you get those? Paul made the motion and who seconded the motion?
I'm sorry, who was the second, sir?
Herschel.
I have it. Thank you.
The next order of business is a personal property digest changes bids.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's what it is.
That's the way it is.
All right, the first order is request for refund for personal property. We have two items here. Account number 92214, Truckdoll Company of America at 7982 Dewey Road. We recommend voiding the account for tax years 2020 and 2021 due to 100% of the Freeport inventory, which was both sold on April 5, 2019. This would be a refund for 2020 with the value from $1,442,750 to zero, and a removal of the account from the value of $1,440,750 to zero for 2021. All information confirmed with the bill of sale from both parties. They filed returns with the addition of the inventory and a site visit. The current company, Dixie at this location, is currently filing an industry. Two, account number 89014 is the maintenance account headquarters. It has Lowe's and Fort there to their part of Lowe's at 1575 Distribution Court. We recommend that we void them for year 2021 from $9,331,500 to zero because they moved to a new warehouse in Todd County on June 1st, 2020. We confirmed that they were billed and paid taxes in 2020. We have a car appeal, a 2008 Lincoln Navigator, and we recommend a reduction in the value from $3,750 to $2,250. Tax year 2022. A review of the high mileage and the condition of the car. In marine equipment, we have account number 89752 to a 2016 Yamaha Motorsport. We're recommending voiding the account from $14,630 to zero for year 2021. They moved to Hall County in 2020 for the owner and for the tax commissioner's office. Account number 88708, 1997 Crown Line boat. We are recommending voiding that account from $11,450 to zero for tax years 2019, 2020, and 2021. They moved to Las Vegas, Nevada for research, and they have an expired registration from the Department of Natural 126. We are recommending that we put the disability at 5 retroactive to year 2021 for updated documentation. No change in the value of 120. We have an ownership correction for real property on parcel 77, 1547. Ownership correction for tax year 2021 from Augustus Hudson to issue K. Jacobs for book 3850. It actually sold in August 28, 2020. The deed was missing 2020. The value was reduced from 300,400 to the purchase price of 290,000. Okay.
On the car appeal,
Sure.
is there an account number associated with that, or should they even be? Okay. And that would not be included in this report.
And we do not have an account number associated with it and if you find it actually be the natural tax commissioner's office, we deal with the value, but I'm thinking, and I know I saw it. Anything else on that page? Also continuing on ownership correction. 15193, ownership correction for cars and vehicles. Page 306, the deed was issued in 2020, and there's no change in the value. On real property, we have parcel 217257, corrected value of 664,300 to 357,800 for year 2021. During the land split, the house was assigned to this parcel again. The improvement parcel value is 306,500, and it was placed on parcel 217-25121. And that parcel we spoke about last in the line, BOA meeting. We had it on there. We forgot about this parcel here, so I want to make sure. Request for refund for real property. We have parcel 142-35206 in St. Andrews Country Club. Parcel 13 is located in a 100-year floodplain and considered unbuildable by planning and zoning. The value was reduced for years 2021, 2020, and 2019 as follows. For the 2021, the value was reduced from $7,200 to $6,700. For 2020, the value was reduced from $17,500 to $3,500. And in 2019, the same value, $17,500 to $3,500. On parcel 451578 in Treetop subdivision, after a field check, we 85 square feet of unfinished finished basement that we had in there, but we noticed that it was unfinished after the field check. So the value was reduced for years 2021, 2020, and 2019 as follows. For year 2021, the value was reduced from $330,900 to $321,500. In 2020, the value was reduced from $276,400 to $268,000. In 2019, the value was reduced from $269,400. Number three is not so much as a value change, but more of a commission. We have elderly lady who requested her homestead be reinstated for the year 2021 after we removed it due to return 2020 assessment note that stated the move left no mailing address. And upon seeing her bill, she noticed that, and after doing some research, we just want permission to go out and help her process this application online. Because she's homebound, she's not able to get here. The only two ways that we can process homestead at the moment is you go online or you come in person. We can't come in person because she's homebound, and we are requesting that we can go out there and get her application. So we ask you to see if we can help out.
You have great customer service.
Yeah, and the person that volunteered to do it is she's really great. So we want permission to go out.
Is that like a policy?
So what we would like to do is we would like to get together with some of our new leadership here and see about coming up with some things that can really help some of us. So give us some time to get that together and then we'll figure it out. Mobile home, account number 2747. This is an ownership correction for 2022 and no change in the value of $17,446. We have the settlement before the DOE, parcel 704-1380 in the Avalon subdivision. They have agreed to our value of $109,900 and no change in the value, and the 299 fee applies. On parcel 666-1861, this is commercial parcel. We agreed to a value from $376,000 to $350,700, which is a decrease in value of 6.7%, and the 299 fee applies. On the following, the DOE decision in the past month or two, the majority of these are no changes or changes less than 15%. But I did want to highlight a few that were over 20% actually. So I tried to highlight those here, and I just want to go over those four real quick. We have parcel number 231529. This is the JCT in Arbor Place Mall. Our recommended value is $7,782,700, and the board gave them $3 million. And the reason they were getting $3 million is based on the sale of that Sears. I don't know if any of y'all been by the mall lately, but Sears sold at a low sale, and the price per square foot is what the board gave them value. And also, the agent stated that the mall has given them a low lease, meaning they're trying to keep the interest rate. So they will. We don't recommend that we go to the next level in this. Also, we are already past the 30 days, this is first and February 3rd. But we're okay with the value. On sale and they're all free. Go ahead.
That whole property was just good for sale, so they took in the sale. Well, they would have won time.
So that could be part of the trying to keep them in.
You think this particular location stays?
on the parcel on the meeting from March the second, 171,2581. The value went from 42,600 to 30,000, and that's just a few acres. And the BOE lowered it the price per acre on that, even though it is at almost a 30% chance. That's really not that. On March the 3rd, we have two significant changes. Parcel 2021-2536 went from 24,200 to 10,000. And the reason for that one is my understanding is that that particular parcel is landlocked, and that parcel is also currently being combined with the previous parcel next to it. So the board was willing to give them that value for the 1 year, and I understand the paperwork already been started on combining that parcel. Also on that day we had parcel number 10725. And it went from 99,600 to 75,000. That is also acres in a house. And based on that, the land value was dropped in that one because of the easement and the non-maintained road in the project. And we don't recommend taking any of these to the next level because we get some of the decisions that we need. And that's all I have. Thank you.
I would entertain a motion to approve those items as noted.
I'd make a motion that we approve the noted items for the recommendations.
This is Martin.
This is Martin, I'm making a motion.
I second.
Rita second. The discussion we're gonna have is that I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
self for this vote because I have one of my properties is listed in the BOE. So I'm going to choose myself to vote. But there's plenty of folks to vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passed. Come, Ms. Tyson.
Okay, we have some population segments so far this year that ask you to stay in as renewal or continuation, or new. So what I'm gonna start with, the first one is parcel 77256. Secondly, this is the new application, this is called for agricultural use wildlife, there's a 737 parcel heavy and Justice Church Road. Upon my review, approved. This parcel 1923515. Here is the last name, this is timber tract, vacant, 12.49 acres, Minnesota Road, and this is the tree. And they own the adjacent parcel, 1923518. This is, they apply for timber, it's about 24.19 acres on North Martin Road. These are separate covenants, there's, a sign on each property, each place that I recommend to do. And the next one is 257 Housing. This is a renewal for wildlife, vacant 31, special outside road, vacant in the tree. This is a renewal for wildlife, it's a house of 26.33 acres, southwest of River Road, vacant in the tree. Next one is 149,255. Far is the last name, this one's new, they apply for timber, it's a house in 10.42 acres on Malley Road, vacant in the tree. The next one is parcel 123,252. Martha Lewis Revocable Trust, this is a renewal for agricultural livestock, a house in 93.83 acres, Hollow Mill Road, decree, it's the fourth term, the owner passed away, in the trust to decree the heirs, the siblings, Maria Bartlett, John Lewis, and I have proof of everything, the copy of the trust. On that review, I recommend approval. The next one is parcel 221-2531, Perez, the continuation of the agricultural wildlife use. It was a house in 22.46 acres on Super Mountain Road. They combined a tract that was adjacent, that was 2 acres, making this now a house in 26 acres. And upon that review, recommend approval. The next one is parcel 743520, last name Cruz. Agricultural wildlife, house in 11.99 acres on Phillipsville Road. My recommendation is to deny. They apply for wildlife. The conservation law 4857.4 requires a minimum of 10 acres for a wildlife tract. The parcel is located in the Dog River Basin with a house. We have to deduct 2 acres out, meaning that it does not meet that 10 acre minimum requirement. So I have to recommend deny. Plus, I was not able to correspond with the property owner. I sent information, I went out to the meeting, they stated it, I could not access, and I could not hear back from them to make any other suggestions. So I have no choice but to recommend it.
And this is about 1/100th of an acre?
Never heard a word from them. So, the next last topic that's, down, which is 247-258, last name Ford. This is a new application also. They apply for timber. It's only a house in 3.23 acres, lot 8 of Bedlar Ridge Tract. I have to recommend denying this one also. It does not meet the minimum requirements for timber. The current use, number 1, is a residential home site. Number 2, there's no trees. It's mostly open pasture land with farm animals. And they have a covenant, clause for it in Colby County. I always review those also. That board has not even reviewed yet. So just based on what I'm seeing here in Douglas County, this doesn't. The last one, 149-352, Clark Thompson. This was supposed to be done as a renewal on the last board meeting, I believe. It's a house that's no value in 49 acres, but what happened was, it's kicked out on my covenant list as a renewal for this year, but due to issues back in 2013, that was incorrect information. It was thought being the covenant, entries and things updated, and so, I went into correct the minutes from the last meeting where this one was listed and stated that it was not a renewal. It still has one year left. And this is it. And we have contract. This one down, it says Carl County. So there it is. That's in the legal for some reason. I think it's because part of their property does go over the legal. But we always have to get the coverage for our trip. But we do look at those together when they go in the other county, because a lot of times they will apply for a coverage area in that county also, and we correspond with the surrounding counties to make sure that, like this other one I have, if they apply for timber here, then they need to apply for timber there. If they apply for 2 different uses, then we have to discuss that. That's in the legal.
Well, then I ask one question about that tree beneath that on the,
Oh, sure.
I mentioned that there was 4 terms. Mention about it in the book.
It's just showing this is good, bona fide, section of agricultural use, it's a good safe use. It's just to be able to get a use. You know, the view that we have is pretty neat.
On the lake.
Does ask in regards to the one for also
I would agree with that. It's like a little, yeah, retreat type. Yeah.
And someone needs to mute their phone.
So to answer the last one, for, even though we're recommending July, September, would they be eligible for power also?
Not for wildlife because it requires an acre. There's no acreage set on the agricultural use, which is really what they're doing, farming and livestock. But the covenant also states that half the acres have to qualify. And it also states you have to take 1 acre out for the residential home site. So when I take out that 1 acre, that makes the 63, and they didn't apply.
If they had bees, they could apply for apiary, is that right?
Well, that falls under ag.
Okay.
They've got the livestock, the goats and chickens and things, but they didn't apply. And they applied the timber in Collin County, so I guess they thought that process over here also. But that doesn't work, because none of that county really.
I would entertain a motion to approve these items as noted.
I make a motion to approve the items as noted.
Second.
Any discussion? I'm gonna recuse myself from this because I had an item on this list.
Right, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Thanks for the reminder. Watch this. All in favor say aye. Motion passed. Now, also, that vice chairman is the acting chairman on that vote, so he may need to sign all those covenants. Or just sign,
Or at least on here.
at least sign
Yeah.
that. Vote. Over here, right? Oh, shit, it gets on. It was the e-public online appeal was the next item on the agenda. Mr. Doff, are you gonna handle that?
Yes. We touched on that topic before. The QPublic software. We have I included it in my budget, and it's ready we have an agreement. It's with legal. Legal is currently reviewing the agreement for QPublic, and the primary reason why I solicited QPublic coming on board was to facilitate us being able to have online notices or assessment notices. Last year, it was chaotic. We had no means of searching the notices. We had 54,000 notices online as a PDF and not being searchable. QPublic facilitates this. And so I just have the spreadsheet that shows, if you look on the list, what QPublic does. It's used in 156 of 159 counties in Georgia. It facilitates online assessment notices for individuals. It has an automated sales list, which are updated with sales, and it's searchable by owner and by address. And it has tools to do comparative analysis on residential homes. My reason for bringing this to the board is the online appeal module. It also is capable of doing facilitating online appeals, and I would love for Douglas County to be able, going forward, to have taxpayers being able to appeal their notices online, their tax. So this is the reason for bringing it on this agenda, so the board can can get the board's blessing so we can implement online appeals for bid steps here.
Question, so this is something that we wanted to do.
Yeah, we're
And you said it's already in the budget?
yes, it's approved, it's in the budget, but the main reason for bringing it was for the assessment purposes. It also facilitates all these other things, and I think we should leverage all the technology we can. And online appeal is one of the areas that I would love to put it to the board so we can facilitate same going forward as well. Right now, appeals can only be done in person. Complete the appeal.
One other question is, when this gets done, I'd love to see a demonstration of it, if that's something that.
We can do that even now. I mean, the public can facilitate that, and there are a lot of counties doing it right now. Well, most of the counties do. I met with the chief appraiser in Coweta County. Since they implemented Q-Public, their appeals, their residential appeals was cut by 50%. So homeowners will go online and search for their property and see the value. It will show the house next door is sold for this sold for that, and they had the intention to appeal, but when they see what's happening, no need to appeal. So their appeal, I know Coral County uses it also, but he did not have a figure to say what how much was his appeal reduced by, but they're using it, and I'm asking for the board of approval for us to join to implement online appeal.
So this is a feature that's already built.
Yeah, already built in, no additional. We're paying for it, but yeah, we're already paying for it. Yes, it's the initial cost is gonna be like $30,000 roughly. And one part is for hosting, and one part is for the implementation. After the implementation, we just be paid for hosting every year.
So that's a one-time charge.
There's a one-time charge for implementation, but then there are going to be annual charges for hosting. Yeah.
Mr. Balfour, I have the contract, the proposed contract up that was submitted for review, and it references a one-time setup cost of $16,560 and an annual hosting fee of $21,132. And it looks like they're proposing the county a discount in the setup of $3,312. That's just that's not the final contract, but that's what has been submitted for review.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's the contract is being reviewed as we speak. So once we have the legals out of the way, we're good to roll. The online appeal module. Yeah.
Mr. Balfour, Mr. Gordon, if I might make a comment, this is Robert. How are you all this morning?
Hey, Robert.
We probably have to review our policies and procedures if we're going to implement a new way to file an appeal. So hopefully we're working on that as well.
Okay.
Because that's I'm almost positive we don't have that in our policies and procedures, and of course that's always something that tax reps look at to support their appeal sometimes. So I would just recommend that we do that. I think Mr. Gordon would agree with me.
Absolutely. There will obviously be an on-ramping phase this where I think that would be an appropriate time once we get the contract agreed to and signed up. I think that would be the perfect time to start looking at that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. So
should we approve it now and then get the policy right, or get the policy right and then approve it?
policy first.
We'll table this at this time. Sounds like good information.
table that to a vote for the next step.
Yeah, that entertain a motion to table.
I'd like to make a motion that we table the Q Public Software Online Appeals Modular Implementation at such time as procedures, policies, and
Second that motion.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Martin made that motion and Herschel
Herschel
seconded the motion.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is unfinished business.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the board. I would like to propose a set annual schedule for the board meetings. And these meetings are subject to change if there is any conflict in scheduling. But I have provided today just a schedule that the board can review. And it's just a recommendation that I hope you all will approve today.
Well, it looks pretty good to me. I have a conflict on May the 18th. But we can talk about that on May the 5th.
Yes, sir.
But other than that, it looks good to me. But, if y'all want to use this as a way to kind of make tentative plans and stuff, I think that would be a good idea. But we could amend it as necessary. If that y'all are okay with that, I'm certainly okay with it. Right now, it says the 30th. I think. Yeah. So this is March. Yeah, March the 30th will be Wednesday, 2 weeks from now. So it's good for everybody. It's not on here. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not sure, but I think it's predicated on the need for us to take care of business. March 30th, okay. I don't know if we need a motion to approve this change of schedule.
I think it's good because I'm thinking that I have a conflict. But I'd like to check. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. That's no problem.
I have no idea.
Because my understanding is the payroll staff is kind of flexible on when we move back. We'll research it.
I appreciate it.
We'll table it. The chief appraiser comments on the current market. That's interesting.
Yes, and before I go into the chief appraiser's comments, can I just introduce our new personal property supervisor, Eugene Roberts, who hails from DeKalb County with in excess of 15 years in personal property, real property, and special property experience. So, you know, go ahead and introduce yourself to the board. Yes.
Are you an appraiser for?
Welcome. Yes, and I will pass these out so we can talk a little bit about what's happening in the markets. So
I don't know if y'all noticed, but a huge Walmart distribution center burned down in Indiana. I mean, a huge.
wow.
It was incredible. So I don't know if that's gonna affect prices or not.
Yeah, well, if you, from the first paragraph, if you can see, I've never seen anything like this in 40 years of doing this in our development. And this is Prologic CEO, the world's largest owner and developer of the industrial space. Um, what's happening is there is a shortage of inventory. They cannot supply the demand for warehouses. And that's what's happening now. So the industrial space is in very high demand, and as a result of that, it's the prices per square feet is falling. Residential market is also in very high demand. Homeowners are realizing that they can do work from home, so the value of the home has increased. And COVID has taught us that what's happening is people appreciate their home more. And what's happening now is the average time on the market for a listing on residential is 10 days. Yes. So it is saying that residential is also going through. And the last time I checked with hotels and apartments, that was a similar market. Hotels took a hit, but they have rebounded. The hotel market, they have rebounded. Leisure travel is on the rise again, and they have we are at a point in time in the market where they have surpassed pre-pandemic levels with hotels and parks. So the market, as we speak today, is very, very vibrant. So the only area that has really taken a hit is retail, and it's some retail. And this is why you asked about our place mall. That was one of them in Douglas County that took a big hit, and it is rebounding, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it's yet back to pre-pandemic levels. I know the Macy's store is doing very well, but on a whole, I don't. Retail is still.
Well, some of the places are all online now.
Yeah.
Which was starting to eat into their business before the pandemic started. When the pandemic came along, we tightened that.
Well, on a whole, we are most categories, hotels, apartments, industrial, are have surpassed pre-pandemic levels in the market today. So just wanted to update the board on what's happening in the market. Thanks for listening. And this one was really, really, really intriguing. So I made copies so we can. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question when you're talking about rental. Is the rental moratorium have any effect on rental property prices or availability?
Okay, the moratorium from our perspective, that's the owners and the person doing the lease. For us, we are still looking at value. It still took a hit for us because we're looking at income. We're not seeing the moratorium income. So we're looking at the vacancy from income perspective, we look at the vacancy level. And for retail, the vacancies started to increase. We saw an increase in vacancy and a decrease in revenue. So that affected value for us. And so the moratorium will affect the homeowner, the owners. So they're getting money, but we're not seeing it. Yeah. So we're looking at, in real terms, what income is saying to us. So vacancies did increase. So the average vacancy in, for example, industrial back then was 15%, and we use that market vacancy. Vacancy in industrial right now is below 7%. You know, and we still use, as much as a lot of industrial is fully occupied all year for our purposes and market data. We use market data to calculate these values. So we'll still use what market income for vacancy.
Mr. Balfour, I had a quick question on your observations of retail. Is there any distinction between the more traditional malls and the newer mixed use kind of open air type of properties?
Yes, and there is, and it's a distinct difference because that's where where the industry is moving to. It's work live. So a lot of these mixed use malls, they have housing, the same place on top, their apartments, below their shopping. In Douglas, we have very few. We are traditional. So we're looking at basically the typical retail and industrial here.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So where I came from in Fulton, that was the typical thing. All the new projects were work live.
Cobb County is making a big push for that for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I am curious, right there, does this at the mall there, we're building like another, you got a warehouse or something, like behind the mall there, before you got all the housing complex?
That's good, right? I don't know.
The townhouses, there's one of them, like a metal frame, like building that they show, it looks like kind of like that could be residential.
Heading south on Highway 92, and you pass 35, about half a mile on the right, there's a huge property there. You look like they cleared off at least 34 acres already, with just bare ground.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of activity at planning and zoning. We'll get the permit soon, so we'll be able to speak about it. But it's with planning and zoning. Yeah. And that's it from me today.
So we're all good for the next meeting being
March
30th.
30th.
Another thing, there is another schedule, and there's several months where we would have meetings if necessary.
Okay, so we'll look at that. Yeah.
If we have no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second. A motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Uh,
Motion passed.